Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm coming at you live from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line, let me know where you're viewing from. Kind of just checking things out and making sure that I truly was live. It was a little strange. It didn't look like I was, but I am, so welcome, welcome. This was yesterday's project with using December's Club Couture, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I didn't get enough differentiation in the ombre. I used 3 different shades of the cranberry and just kept lightening it up with the white. And I would have preferred a little bit more of a gradation here, but I'm bringing this up just as a little word of warning. This is actually was for a gift for my brother's boss, and he saw it laying on it still had the ink mat in it, letting it dry, and he didn't realize and kind of pulled it out of the ink mat and whatever, and we got a little smudge here because the ink was still wet. Depending upon your environment, it might take up to 24 hours or so to dry. Actually, he did this less than an hour after I finished it, not realizing that it was wet. So we've got a little smudge here, and I could probably lay the transfer back over and fix that, but getting my color to match is probably going to be a little bit iffy. I might be a way of lightening this up by putting some other colors on it. I might do that, or I might just say, hey, you know what? This is a Kathy shirt, and I'll redo it for his boss. But he really liked the wording of it, so that's cool. I'm glad to accommodate whatever I need to there. Tonight's live is going to be a little bit different. Drop me a line, let me know where you're viewing from. And I guess I'm going to just jump right into it. It's going to be a quick little project, somewhat enlightening. Oh my goodness, I'm not really good with puns, but I'm trying. I'm sitting here with a little iced tea. So let me move this out of the way and get started on Wednesday's project. I'm going to use this transfer called Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle, but actually anything suitable, a smaller like 5x7 or A-size transfer like this would be perfect for this project. I've previously used this on something, I think probably on a board and base surface or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to use this transfer, and I am going to be putting it on glass. So because I'm putting it on glass, because remember our transfers are adhesive backed, and could be used on wood or metal or glass or fabric or canvas, or some people put it on their walls. What could I say, right? I've seen transfers used on appliances, on the door of the microwave, or on the freezer. Somebody was doing You Make Me Melt with the little snowman on their microwave. I thought that was kind of cute and a little unusual. So you can use our transfers on many, many different surfaces. They are reusable 8 to 12 times or more. And I am fuzzing this transfer. And fuzzing means deliberately applying lint to the adhesive back of the transfer. And the reason that I'm fuzzing this so much is because I am going to be applying it to glass. And being that glass is non-porous and very smooth, it will stick very, very strongly, and I don't want to have to struggle or fight with it to lift it off of the glass surface. So I want to fuzz it quite a bit. I think I've only used this one time previously, so it really does need a lot of fuzzing here. And then I'll put it on, and this is going to be a quick, easy project. And actually, you can make an interesting collection of these for a nice little vignette. I am going to add, I just added our, I can't think of what it's called. Basically a little link that you could click on in the comments for the supplies for this project. And the transfer that I specified is Tinsel in a Tango, but you could use All Is Calm, All Is Bright, possibly Dashing Through the Snow. Any of our 5x7 transfers I think would be applicable to this type of a project. So I've alluded to the fact that I'm going to do it on glass, and if you saw my little promo, you probably have an idea what kind of glass I'm going to be doing it on. Anybody see that and know where I'm going for? Hi Deb, how you doing? Yes, I am going to be adding this to a wine bottle. Okay, I fuzzed. Hopefully it's enough. And I'm going to be using the Shimmer Frost paste. And the Shimmer Frost is a beautiful, shiny, shimmery kind of a white. But where this really shines from what I can see is if you actually use it on clear glass. It makes the glass look like it's been etched. Now you can use our transfers to etch glass with etching cream also. And that's relatively easy to do. But by using the Shimmer Frost instead of etching cream, that means that I could wash this off of this bottle anytime I want and reuse it. So let me kind of get situated a little bit here. I'm going to have to put this on top of a fuzzing cloth, I think, so it doesn't roll around on me. Let me move the transfer off of this and see if I can get this set up. I'm just going to kind of hold this in the middle, kind of hold my bottle steady as I apply the transfer. Oops. I think that'll work fine. Okay. So I fuzz this a lot. Remember, you want to make sure you have a lot of lint on it to diminish the adhesiveness, because I don't want it to stick too snugly to this bottle. Now, I need to move it down because the bottle starts narrowing up at the neck, and it's going to be a little bit difficult. There we go. To get my bends in there, and to get all of the full design, because it will start. I want to make sure I get all my air bubbles out. There's air bubbles underneath the silk screen. Make sure I get them smoothed out. Whoops. And see, because the neck is narrowing here, it's a little bit difficult getting that to adhere perfectly. As a matter of fact, I probably don't have to do the whole tinsel there. Just do part of it, end it up like right here. That's what I think I will go for. Okay, I think that looks good. It's pressed down, and I'm just going to go to work applying my white shimmer paste to the transfer using my squeegee to push the paste through the silk screen onto the bottle beneath it. And I'm not going to get all the tinsel at the top. I'm going to stop right there so then I don't have to deal with that bend. And I've got a little air bubble here that I didn't see, and I might have some smearing here. We'll have to see. If worse comes to worse, I'll have to clean it up once I lift the transfer. So you just want to get nice coverage, make sure it goes through the silk screen. Smooth out any lines. remove any excess paste. I need to do the other side yet. I know I'm not done with this yet. The 5x7 size is really actually a nice size for a wine bottle. I might have wanted to go a teeny bit smaller on this. I think the all is calm, all is bright might have worked a little bit better. I'm just running into problems where my tinsel is because it's wrapping around the bottle where the bottle starts getting smaller towards the top. Okay, so I've got the excess removed. Oh, I saw another air bubble there. Not my best work here. But if it doesn't work out, I'll just wash it off and do it again, right? One of the nice things about using our transfers in chalk paste. So you always lift from the side or from the top or the bottom. Oh goodness, I got a lot of blurring here. Look at, not what I wanted at all. Oh well, you know what that means. Try it again, right? I suppose if you're going to use tinsel in a tangle, I would probably use a little bit larger of a bottle. I think what I'll do is clean it up and do dashing through the snow. And if you follow my chalk link, obviously it's going to take you to the, the link with tinsel in a tangle, but you could remove that and replace it with any transfer that you like. Let me get this cleaned off. It hasn't dried yet. So our chalk paste, water soluble. Look at how easy to remove it. Now obviously, once the chalk paste dries, it requires a little bit more effort, a little bit more elbow grease. I am going to also clean up my transfer, get the paste out of it. I should have kind of realized when I was having issues at the top or the neck of the transfer that it might just be a little bit too big for this surface. So let me clean off the paste and I'll try dashing through the snow on here. I was also thinking tonight of just doing some snowflakes randomly placed, and that I think would also look nice. And we've got a couple different transfers with snowflakes. We have a transfer for our snowflake cutouts, and then we have one that's suitable without the cutouts. And if you haven't seen our snowflakes cutouts, oh my goodness, they're beautiful. We have two different sizes. And I'm actually waiting for my other ones to arrive to basically work on the picture window display. Okay, I just want to make sure I get all this chalk out of the silk screen, and then obviously I need to remove the fuzz off of this transfer. So I fuzzed it quite a bit, and I'm just going to rub across it. You can see some of the teal threads pulling up. I'm pulling the fuzz off. Okay. I'm going to set this aside to dry and go with my dashing through the snow. And let's see how this is going to be. I put this at the bottom. I'm still going to run into an issue with my skier. Let me move it down a little bit. Oh, it might be a little tricky getting my skier on there. I don't really want, I could actually cut my transfer a little bit to get it to wrap a little bit easier. I think I could do it without worrying about the things on the side. Let's just We'll see how it works, right? I guess that means check your bottles first and make sure that you have about 4.5, 5 inches area that you could apply your transfer to. And remember, you don't have to do the whole image. You can only do part of it if you want. That's fine. You choose how you want your finished project to look without having to do any weeding or anything, or playing with vinyl and a cutter or a Cricut or anything else. Just buzz your transfer and get on to the doing the project. Sorry, I got my disinfecting wipes sitting on my lap there. Let me get this out of the way. Keep my bottle from rolling around on me. And make sure that's nice and dry. Okay. And I guess I need to move this up a little bit. I didn't realize I was off camera. Okay. And so I'm going to put the word snow close to the bottom so that I could avoid as much of the gradation of the bottle here. And I think, oops, I just saw a little air bubble here. Nope, I just made it worse. Let me lift off and do it again. Maybe if I apply the top first. Oops. Ooh, I did that way too high, didn't I? Just want to make sure I get it nice and smooth. No air bubbles here. If you have an air bubble, just lift up and smooth it down again. The air bubble is just underneath the teal. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect it. And there we go. I've got a little bit of air bubbles on my teal right here at the very bottom of the base here, but that's fine as long as it's not underneath my silk screen. But I do have an air bubble right here underneath my S, so let me lift that up again and reapply it. There we go. A little bit more of a challenge than working on wood, but I think with a little bit of patience, it could turn out fine, and I think the end result is rather dramatic. Okay, I just want to make sure I got everything smooth here. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to do my image, my skier with his little ski poles. I'm not going to worry about the snow that's bumping up or whatever. I don't care about that. So just make sure I've got that all nice and even. And take two, right? And I might let this sit for a minute before I lift it, because my shimmer paste is a little bit thinner than our regular paste, and I think when I lifted it I might have smeared a lot. So I'm just going to take my time, let this sit a little bit before I lift it up. If I go off my transfer, no problem, because it's easy to remove it from glass. Okay, now let me do the other part. Get my skier here. And I'm not putting my paste on quite as heavy as I did initially. And let's see, I need a little bit more paste for the body. There we go. Need to get the scarf. As you can see, a little bit of paste goes a long way. And yes, I went off the transfer, no problem. I'll clean that up when I'm done. I just need a little bit more paste right there at the top of that ski pole. Okay. Make sure I've got the bottom of my letters here. And I think it looks fine there. Okay. This sticky is sticking a little bit hard because of the glass, but that's fine. I'm going to slowly lift it. I need an extra hand. Somebody to hold the bottle would be helpful. Well, how do you like that? My first inclination was to use this transfer. I need to do a little cleanup at the bottom where the snow is, but that's fine. I will show you how easy that is to clean up once it's dry. We'll take care of that little bleeding that happened. It's simple and easy. Let me cap up my paste. Get this out of the way. I'm going to set this up to dry right there. I'm going to quickly clean my transfer. And I did pull quite a little bit on pulling this up, so I've got a little bit of it rolling on me. But I'm going to clean it, let it dry, and when I put its backer on it, if it's still pulling up a little bit, I will just put a book on top of it and it'll flatten it out and it'll be fine the next time I use it. You just don't want to pull so much on it that you distort the silk screen. But actually I didn't, so I think it's fine. Just clean it up and get it ready for the next time to use it. And then we'll get on to the enlightening part. Get all the chalk paste out of the silk screen. Thank you, Deb. And then, of course, I want to remove the lint off this transfer. I'm going to put the carrier sheet back onto my tinsel in a tangle. Always apply the carrier sheet to your transfer, glossy side against sticky side. Oops, a little off center there. And then I'm going to move this other one over to the side, just set it here to dry. Oops, and it's rolling up on me. No problem, just lay it flat and let it dry. Okay. Now there's a couple different ways that I could approach this. I don't know if it's fully dry yet, but the best thing would be to use my detail tool and just gently scrape off the paste that has bled. And of course I don't have my detail tool here. Or you could probably use the multi-tool, but just take something and gently scrape this off. I'm going to actually wait till I find my detail tool. I had it here cleaning up my my green ink the other day. I was using the pointy end of it. So I will clean that up once it's fully dry and I have access to my tool, which I should have had out. But in the meantime, let me show you how we're going to add a little bit of light to this bottle. These are little fairy lights. That have the mechanism and the battery in the cork. So they're perfect for wine bottles. How cool is this? So I'm just gonna put the fairy lights through the neck of the bottle and put the cork in the top and turn it on. I want to take care I don't basically smudge my design while I feed the lights in, and kind of show you what they look like here. Now, can you see a nice little display on your bookcase or your mantle or on a little shelf? Of a couple different bottles with different designs chalked on the outside. Springing back up at me. But think about different sized bottles. I'm going to actually shut off the light. Give me a moment. What do you think? Oops, my laptop battery just went. But what do you think? Wouldn't this make an interesting little display with a couple different designs? Oops, I got to get the cork back in the bottle there. There we go. Oops. Let me stand that up. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. I surely do appreciate it, and I hope this has been an enlightening experience. I'll get this cleaned up and take another pic once I've cleaned it up with my detail tool, but that shouldn't be too difficult to do. I hope this has given you some ideas. If you have any questions, just drop a line in the comments, and I'd be happy to get back to you. And if you're interested in looking at the supplies used here, the cart link has everything other than the fairy lights and obviously the bottle, but you could use any of your old bottles for this. And I found the fairy lights on in the cork on Amazon. So I would say look for fairy lights with cork, and that's all you really need. And pretty economical, easy project. Thanks for watching. See you soon.